going to have our guest speaker, Toastmaster Bandana Jain. She's a travel and lifestyle blogger. She's come to talk about her life and her experiences in life for us. So I'm not going to waste your time any further. So Toastmaster Bandana Jain, stage is yours.
You're muted.
Yes. Am I audible now?
Yes.
Okay. So, the girl born with 6 fingers in her left hand. The girl born during the Indo-Pak War of 1971. The girl whose granny literally cried at her birth. Why? Because she didn't want another girl child in the family. Good evening, fellow achievers and dreamers. The lady with such bizarre facts is none other than the lady who's speaking to you at the moment. Before I go ahead, please allow me to tell you that my granny might have cried at my birth, but she was the one who ended up pampering me the most out of all her grandchildren. So, coming to my professional portfolio, let me brief you a bit about the various feathers in my cap. To make it more interesting, I have come out with a timeline presentation. So let's see if you like it. So at the age of 20, I got married. At the age of 30, I took my first step into the world of journalism. Yes, I have written for eminent publications like Friday Magazine, Gulf News, International Indian, Yoga Life, etc. I have also been on the panel of writers for several coffee table books. But the biggest highlight of my journalistic career is, or rather, are the interviews that I have conducted with the Bollywood celebrities. Shah Rukh Khan, Akshay Kumar, Sunny Leone, Nawazuddin Siddiqui, Tiger Shroff, and many, many more. Yes, this is a dream for many people, but for me, it is one happy reality. At the age of 40, I was surprisingly roped into the world of modeling. Yes, you heard it right. Modeling and acting. I was chosen to represent the entire Indian subcontinent for the Expo 2020 advertisement. And with this, my smile was there in the entire city. Dubai tram, bus stands, hoardings, print media, digital media, just about everywhere. I gained an overnight celebrity status. People started calling me the poster girl, the talk of the town, etc., etc. For me, it was one of the most memorable moments of my life, and I probably was on cloud nine. And after this followed a slew of advertisements that I did for different companies like Daniel Properties, Nutella, HSBC, Standard Chartered, etc. Coming down to my age 45, this was a very crucial year. Why? Because I took my first step as a speaker on the stage. The fact is that I have been a very confident writer, but when it comes to speaking, especially in the public or in the groups, I was reduced to a bundle of nerves. But the good part was that I recognized my weakness at the right time and I started honing and chiseling my speaking skills. And it was around this time that Toastmasters happened to me and I embraced it with open arms. Toastmasters actually worked magically for me. It worked wonders because it not only gave me the confidence to speak on stage, but it also helped me to interact better with the public relations, with the media people. It helped me to conduct my celebrity interviews in a better manner. And in general, I was more confident in meeting with people. In fact, it also helped me to argue better with my husband at the home front. At the age of 46, I got my first project of anchoring. I anchored the award ceremony Bharat Nirman Awards at Indian Consulate in Dubai. And after that, I kept anchoring more and more programs and corporate events. At the age of 47, I started my own blog, which is called Dubai Trivia. I have been a resident of Dubai for 20 plus years, and I wanted to give back to this awesome country that I now call home. And I felt this was best way to give it back. So here came my lifestyle and travel blog, and it is a unique reflection of my passion for all things related to the UAE. Please do visit my blog. It is called Dubai Trivia. So this is my professional portfolio, but I would like to say that I'm not a person who does all work and no play. In fact, I'm a person who loves doing nothing. Daydreaming is one of my biggest pastimes. And if I'm not pursuing any of the above, you can probably find me chilling at the beach or in the park with my favorite cup of masala chai. Yes, I'm addicted to my cup of tea and I'm pretty much notorious for it. Also, I love shopping, but I'm not a shopaholic. Creativity is my biggest morale booster, and engaging in substantial conversations gives me the right zest for life. There's another fact that I want to reveal about myself. I'm always in awe of voracious speakers. This year, towards the beginning, before Corona, BC, I had the chance to witness Ivanka Trump live during the World Women's Forum. I was totally enamored by her speaking prowess. I became an instant fan of hers, and I'm trying to emulate her style, her confidence, and her perfection. There are many other speakers whom I love to talk about. Think Karan Johar, the way he whips up the fun quotient in Coffee with Karan. Think Shilpa Shetty. I was interviewing her during the X Yoga Festival 2017. We were talking about body care, we were talking about exercise regimen, and believe me, each and every word that she spoke was no less than a precious pearl of wisdom. So this is about me, my work, my play side. Now, what I would like to say is that my life has been rather purposeful and meaningful, and I just hope it stays that way in the future as well. To quote the poem lines by Robert Frost, I would say, the woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep. Miles to go before I sleep, miles to go before I sleep. There are plenty of dreams that are waiting to be accomplished. But don't get me wrong, I don't want to be the richest woman on this world, nor do I want to be another Priyanka Chopra or another Prime Minister of the country. My dreams belong to a very different league altogether. I would like to come up with my autobiography. The work is still in progress, and when that happens, I'll ensure that you get to read it. Another dream is becoming the brand ambassador for India tourism, because the culture of my country entices me to no end. And one of the long-term goals is working towards women empowerment. I have a host of cousins and friends who are immensely talented and are vying for financial independence, but they don't know how to go about it. So it is my motto to show them the path, the goal towards this independence, to break the barriers, to smash the glass ceilings, and to carve a niche for themselves. And believe me, if I am able to achieve this dream, even with one of these women, I would consider my objective fulfilled. So, friends, I would say that the best thing that probably happened with me is that I dreamt, and I dreamt a lot. I had that ambition raging within me, and I tried to achieve those ambitions. So I just advocate, dream and dream more. Keep dreaming until your dream turns into a reality. There's no doubt there will be obstacles, there'll be hurdles, there will be many, many problems. No journey is ever a bed of roses. Even mine wasn't. I had plenty of obstacles. I had financial constraints. Can you believe my copies were rejected so many times by editors? Can you believe many directors rejected me because my voice was not appropriate for acting part? Many a times I had foreign modeling assignments, but due to family restrictions, I couldn't take them up. I had emotional upheavals, but the beauty was that I brushed those challenges aside and kept moving ahead with an invincible spirit. So, before I sign off, I would like to share the lines by Eric Wehenmeyer. Now, you would think, who is Eric Wehenmeyer? I had the chance to interview him last year. He is the world's first visually impaired person to climb the Mount Everest. Yes, he did that. And you know what he said? He said, the force that's within you is far stronger than the force that's in your way. Yes, I repeat, the force that's within you is far stronger than the force that's in your way. If he could climb the summits, why can't we? So now it's up to you. Continue to sleep with your dreams or get up and chase them. I chase my dreams. What about you? Over to you, TMOD.
Wow, that was spectacular. Let's just unmute ourselves and give a round of big applause for this wonderful lady.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
That was so good.
Nita, if there's any questions that anyone wants to ask Bandana. I think she's definitely open for any kind of little questions that you have about your life, or you want to know more about her life. We just have a couple of minutes. We can always ask her some nice questions. Bandana, I would like to ask you just to begin with.
Yes, please.
I just want to know, since childhood, were you a person who always wanted to achieve these kind of goals that you have achieved today, or were you a plain Jane with no thoughts, no ambitions?
I'm wondering, how did you read my mind, Anita? But it's a wonderful question, and I love to touch upon that aspect. I was absolutely plain Jane. I was a big time introvert. I wouldn't talk to anybody. All I was busy in doing is just doing my work, my study. That's it. But the fire was raging within. That was a big thing. And I always wanted to be a doctor as I grew up. But somehow, due to family restrictions, that dream couldn't materialize. And I had to take up something else. In fact, I'm a commerce graduate. And after commerce graduate, I did a course in creative writing because I understood that I was not even crafted for commerce. I was crafted for something more artsy. and I took up a course in creative writing, and that's how I am where I am today.
Do you think we need to follow our mind or our heart?
I think you should follow your heart by all.
Yes. Yes.
If you want to be successful and above all happy.
Right. And are we supposed to be following or doing a certain thing to impress people around us? Or is it just to impress ourselves?
I personally feel that we need to impress ourselves because true happiness comes from that.
That-
That takes some time
And
to realize.
And the biggest thing is that the world comprises of millions of people. You cannot make everybody happy. So the best thing is to keep yourself happy, and that will be reflected to the world.
Very true. Anyone else wants to ask any question? Come on, you need to open up. It's like your life is like still they're enamored by your whatever you've been through and like are somewhere there floating.
Can I ask you something?
Please go ahead, dear.
At the age of 46, have you at this point have you broke free from the shackles of being restricted as a woman?
To some extent, yes, Nida, I have. That's a wonderful question because, for a woman to model, first of all, that too, for a woman who comes from a very conservative background. I belong to a state called Rajasthan, and unfortunately, they are not very open to these things. So that itself was a big barrier for me. But the goodness was that my husband supported me, and my kids were already into modeling, and so I got an easy way out. But there are still lots of shackles to be broken. For example, when it comes to foreign assignments, still it's a no-no for me. So lots of them still to be broken.
So have you
So
ever
you
been
have,
by someone in
sorry.
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Just one more question and that's it.
Yes,
Have
please.
you, back in your homeland, have you been judged by the people around you or your relatives or?
Well, I would say that I have been extremely fortunate to get a very impressive feedback by each one of them. They are all gaga over my profile. I mean, I don't want to sound that I'm bragging about it, but they are absolutely gaga over my profile and they just love what I'm doing. And it's not that they're talking to me in front of me, but I've heard from many people saying that this is a very beautiful profile and how she does it. And in fact, the younger generation in my family, they all look up to following something like this.
Yeah, Toastmaster Bandana, you said about your lifeline at each milestone. So now what next for you? What are you looking forward to now?
Yes, there are plenty of plans in the pipeline, and as I told you, 3 of them that I just shared, those are also in process. But other than that as well, I have plenty of things to work upon. As a child, I also dreamt to be a newsreader. It sounds so funny. There's nothing great about being a newsreader, but can you believe it? I still nurse that dream. And I just wish someday ZTV gives me that opportunity and I can just go and read out the news. It sounds so good. And other than that, I want to come out with my own digital magazine. I want to inspire people through my news. And I want to leave a legacy for my children in the form of a nice business, probably coming up with a nice restaurant, come library with it, so that people read and they eat at the same time. So I have very weird dreams, but that's me.
Oh.
Wonderful.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Bandana, for coming in here. I'm sure